Hello, Leo. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Bonefire Tarot by Gabby Angus West. For supportive oracle cards, Chakra Wisdom Oracle cards by Tori Hartman, illustrated by Gretchen. There's her last name, in case you would like to find stuff by her. Anything else? I think we're good. Okay, let me put these up here. Well, that looks like a mess. So what's that about? Well, this is Leo. Let me put these down. There's a whole, thing over... I'm doing them all face down to start. Just so I don't get card drunk, but... That seems like a truce over here. Let's get all these cards flipped over first, because you got a lot going on, I think. Although, Leo, you usually have a lot going on, don't you? Alright. This situation. I'm not going to flip over these cards just yet, but let's start with how you're coming into it. Communication is going very easy for you in the beginning. You got the Lover's card with the Knight of Swords. Whoever you're dealing with, and it could be a love interest. General read, take it with a grain of salt, of course. But you're being received very easily. When you say something, you don't have to try to constantly explain things. You just I want to do this time, and they're like, okay, or you're like, this is how you do this. If you're explaining a process, it's just going very easily. People are picking it right up. You don't really have to explain yourself much. Or if you are, you're enjoying it. One of the two. So either it's very easy, it comes out very easily, people just follow easily, or if you're explaining stuff you want to and you're enjoying it. The Lover's card is if you have to explain things, you're enjoying it. That's the situation. Things are working out exactly the way you want to, the way you're saying to do things, and that's how it's going. This is what I'm seeing, this is what we need to do, this is how it needs to get done. Bam. Does not seem like it's a problem to start with. Alright, so that's how it starts off very, very easily. This is what I want to happen, and that's what happens. Okay, good. Now this stuff, what's all this? Is this good, bad, or... This is good! Okay, these are mostly good cards. That's not even a bad card, but there's a lot of orange and yellow going on here. Yeah, service with perseverance. People are working to keep things on point. People seem to believe in what you're saying. I do feel like there are some hitches. I mean, this is reality, right? There are some hitches, little hitches and glitches, whatever you got going on there. But I'm getting miracle and abundance. Kind of even when things go wrong, it's not that bad in the sense of well, it goes wrong, but it's easily fixed. And it's kind of well, if that went wrong for you, let's give the heads up to these other people before we have problems over there. You're flying along with this quite easily. Even when things go wrong, you're oh, it's all right. Things happen. You had a problem here. Show me where you got snagged. All right, fine. Let me go around and check some other people because I'm thinking other people might have these same problems. Preemptively stepping in, seeing if they're having problems as well. It's not it's not foolproof. It's not simple. It's not easy, but it's kind of you're seeing the reality of it. Yeah, there's going to be problems, but these are fixable. These are problems we can work with. These are things we can correct. These are things I can preemptively move over to other people and make sure that they're also not having the same problems. You're very much going through this it's going very well. It's going very, very well. The joy is coming with this afterwards because people, it's not so much about problems. It's about people working with you and listening and doing what they need to do. Oh, that didn't go right? Well, how's it go? Okay, and you know that they're doing their best. You know some people learn quicker than others. People work differently. But you're yeah, but they're trying. They're working with me. And you know they're honestly doing their best to try to work with the situation. So you're happy with that. This is reality. It's kind of I'm not expecting it to be perfect. Perfection, though, for you is kind of the fact that people are putting in the effort, people are trying. That's perfection for you. Not perfection everything is easy, crisp, and clean. That's not what you're thinking. I don't think that's how this is hitting for you. They're trying. People are motivated. People are honest with you. That's perfection. People who are honestly trying to do the right thing and do it the way you want them to. That's what you're looking for. Perfect. Good. Great. Okay. You got the Queen of Wands here also. This is an ally. When I'm feeling Queen of Wands, in this reading, I don't feel like it matches with like a certain sign for, I wouldn't say it was a fire sign like a Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. It technically could, I suppose. It's more talking about this is somebody who's an ally to you. Like it's an ally to fire, Leo, fire. I feel like that's what they're saying. This is an ally to you, helping other people, moving people forward. This is almost like your cushion, I would say. If there's certain people you have a hard time getting through to or hard time dealing with, this person steps in and does it for you. But again, you're like seeing these people honestly trying to make a difference, honestly trying to do the right thing. So this person just like, if it's hard for you to deal with certain people, it's not because they're not trying. It's just like maybe they just speak a different way than you do. They just don't get what you say. It's nothing offensive, but you're like, I have this other person to help me out. This is your ally. Somebody is helping you also make this work out. That's another piece of the joy. This is really good. You got this. This person is very valuable, by the way. If you know who this person is, they're very, very valuable because they're a very key piece to your success. Now, again, things go a little wonky, but not that bad. And I don't feel like it's bothering you. I don't feel like it's bothering you. The recovery is what's making you happy. Yeah, reality happens. Yeah, things fall through the cracks. Yeah, things go wrong. But we're picking up the pieces and we're continuing forward and we're learning our lesson and we're improving. Okay, we're good. Recovery is making you happy. The fact that it is recovering correctly. It's kind of like, I've used this analogy, I know, way too many times. But like you break a bone. If you break a bone and you don't set it correctly and it doesn't heal right and you end up with an arm like this, like that's not good. You might technically recover, I guess, but you can't use it like you used to. That's not good. This is saying like the wound happened, the error happened, and it's being correctly fixed so that it heals to the point where you can use it the way you're supposed to. That's all you want. You're happy. I feel like you're like very realistic about this. Very realistic. Okay. This situation, it goes well. You're doing everything you can. There's problems though here. The thing is, I feel like this is the big piece of it. Outside of you, in this whole area, like this ally here is probably handling it for you. There are problems within the situation itself. I feel like it's one removed from you, but I'm seeing this Five of Swords. And in this deck, it comes across as a conflict card. If you see that picture there, it's very conflicting. Arguments, fights. This is happening around you. This person, your ally, is kind of squelching it. The Five of Wands reversed. It's kind of like they're squelching it out. They're trying to calm it down. They're trying to be like, they're trying to keep it from becoming a big problem. And they're keeping the situation going. But this is the big thing here. Somebody is buffering you from the actual problem so you don't see it, so you don't have to deal with it, because they're thinking it's not something you really need to deal with. They're expecting they'll squelch it and it'll just kind of solve itself and move on. It doesn't really happen that way. These problems are continuing. People are having problems between themselves. There's this rumbling issue. It's kind of like thunder in the distance, if you will. You know the storm is coming. This is the problem. Ironically, I know it says soulmate. People see this as a positive card. Yeah, that's good. But where it's hitting in this spread, it's telling me you have no idea how bad people are getting along. There's people that are having problems, people that are having conflicts. Your ally, who is working to your benefit, is thinking it's okay and thinking they took care of it. And they're thinking, why bring small things to your attention? There's no reason to bother you with small things. In which I feel like if it truly was a small thing, you would agree with that. If it was truly a small thing that just passed on by, yeah, you'd agree with it. The thing is, it's not. It's getting bigger, it's getting worse. And the fact that you don't know what's happening, when it finally comes forward in your face and you see what a mess it actually is, that's a problem. Keep in mind, this ally is literally an ally. And if you just get to their viewpoint where they did not see it as an actual big problem, I feel like you can understand why they didn't bring it forward to you. They didn't identify it as a big problem. They thought they took care of it, they thought they squelched it, and it moved on. Just didn't happen that way. As long as you can see it from that perspective, I feel like you can respect, like, all right, I probably would have handled that the same way myself, believing it was taken care of, it was minimal, and it moved on. But now that it's a bigger problem, I do also feel you kind of also looking at it like, if I knew this beforehand, if I saw this coming, if I saw this happening in the beginning, I could have handled this a lot better before it got this far out of control. But just to know that this ally is literally an ally and that's why they handled it the way they did, I feel like that makes a big difference to you. Because the strength card comes here on your side. Having that moment where you realize that's why they handled it that way, I feel like that makes a huge difference for you. Because the situation, it's just kind of like it's going to take a lot of work to take care of it. I also feel like the release card here is something maybe you need to let that ally continue to handle it, and they just need to keep you in the loop about what's going on. I feel like you might have to coach your ally, whoever this is, how to handle it and what you would like to see them do, and also like coach them in the sense of like, keep me in the loop, let me know what's happening, how is this one getting along with that one, what's going on here, what's going on there, what are people disagreeing about. As long as they keep you in the loop, let the ally continue to handle it. Whoever this person is, if you let that person handle it, goes a lot better. You have more important things to handle is what I'm also getting. If you take time away from your stuff to go deal with that, it's not really helping the situation as a whole. You have better things to do. Let this ally handle it. I feel like it's good for the ally to learn how to handle those things a little bit better and identify things a little bit better for what actually is a problem when it isn't a problem. I feel like that's the whole thing with this reading, is like to realize that this person truly is your ally and to promote them and keep them handling it because you have bigger things to deal with. I just feel like you do. I don't know how that sounds. I hope it doesn't sound arrogant. I don't mean it to. You do. You have bigger things to handle. That's the energy I'm feeling. Like there's other things you need to spend your time on. You don't really need to deal with that. If you have to because this person can't handle it, that's one thing. But I feel like they can. Just get them to handle it. Have them keep you in the loop so you know what's going on. Then you don't have to be blindsided. You don't have to worry about it. And the energy just kind of, that was done. All right. I'm going to shut that down there. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.